Alright guys, we are in the new Denali 2017, and it's a 6.2. Of course we have DOD. Music just turned on. We got DOD, AFM, and I'm going to show you how to disable that using HP tuners. It's not a permanent fix, but it's more of a band-aid. It should prolong the life of the engine a lot more than just letting it keep going into V4 mode. So it's my first full day of owning the truck, and I'm going to do this just so I don't have to worry about it. We're at 58,000 miles, so it should last a long time until I can decide what I want to do as far as the actual DOD delete goes. You know, when you have to do a cam and lifters and stuff. I'm not going to do that anytime soon, I don't think, because it's about to be winter. I just want to drive this thing. I don't want to tear it apart yet. And, you know, just disabling it should get me by for a long time, hopefully. And so, yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Alright, so if you guys haven't done this before and you want to try it yourself, I'm going to kind of walk you through how to do it. This is our HP Tuners device, MPVI3. It's the newest one. Literally plugs into your OBD2 port. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to plug it in. Bam. Hooked up. Once I plug it into the laptop, it'll light up green, telling us that it's on. Bam. Got the green light on. She is connected. Alright, so you'll boot up your VCM editor, and this is free software through HP Tuners. This is where you actually change calibrations and tune settings and all that. First thing we're going to do is flash the vehicle, read vehicle, and read. So we're going to hit read. We'll give it a second here. There we go. We got our operating system. Initializing. I don't want to read the TCM because the TCM is a separate tune. You need 4 extra credits for it. And these are actually locked. I believe 16 and up. The transmissions are locked. So you actually have to send it out to HP Tuners. Use their unlock service, which is like a couple $100, and then you have to pay another 4 credits if you want to tune the transmission. This, we're just tuning the ECM, so that's all I selected to read. And that way when we go to license it after this, we're only licensing the ECM, and we only have to spend 4 credits on that instead of 8 to do the TCM as well. And I can't do that anyways because it's not even unlocked as far as I'm aware, if it's factory, which it should be. But yeah, that's something I just found out about these, so kind of sucks, but is what it is. So we'll let this read, and then I'll show you guys what to do. Alright, so once it's read, it should automatically prompt you to save the file, which you you definitely want to do. You don't want to lose this file. And you can see I got a couple folders already, and we'll make a new folder so it's all organized. We'll call it 2017 Sierra Denali. And then we'll click here, and we will save it as, we'll just call it a stock tune. Then we'll want to save it. Bam, saved. Alright, you can see it there. Saved. And now you want to flash it back to the vehicle with the stock file we just did. And this will prompt you to license the vehicle. So you don't have a license for this file. Show license options. And bam, it's showing my credits. I have 4 credits available, and it takes 4 credits to license it. So you want to do specific, 4 credits, and this is just for the ECM, like I said. And then we'll hit OK to license it. Alright. So, hit OK. Cannot be undone. Yep. We're sure. Alright, now we're going to write it. And I was told by HP Tuners this is just the safest way to do it, and that way we'll keep all our stock files, and we'll have a couple extra copies as well we will save after this. You always want to keep stock files. And see, we're writing the tune already. That means we licensed it, we unlocked the ECM so that we can throw our actual tune on it after this. But This is just throwing the stock one back on the truck, like I said, and now we know we safely have licensed it. No issues there. Alright, it's done writing the stock file back to the truck. Now we're going to go to save as, and I'm going to save it again, and we'll just call it a copy, stock tune, copy. That way we have an extra file of the stock tune, just in case, you know, you mess anything up, or you get a cam and you start going crazy, and always got to have stock tunes on file. Bam, stock tune saved. And it's good to also like email them to yourself, download them in multiple places. I like to email them to myself and download it to the computer as well. That way we have extras. And I'm just going to verify in my files that it's still here. 2017, yep, stock tune and stock tune copy. So now we're going to disable DOD, and it's literally should just be one button. And so we'll go into engine diag. I meant to say engine. We'll go into engine right here. It'll pull up all these tabs, and I went to fuel, and under lean fuel saving, you'll see right here, DOD. And that's that bullshit we want to turn off. So literally all you do, disable DOD, and that's it. That's literally all you need to do to turn it off. And like I said, it's more of a band-aid, but it won't allow it to go into V4 mode anymore. So in turn, the truck should last much longer just running in V8 mode only. So I'm gonna play through the menus a little more just to see what else I can do on here, because I haven't messed with this ECM before, just to see if there's anything cool I can turn on or whatever. But that's literally it. Disable DOD. That's it. Don't touch anything else if this is all you want to do. And then I'll show you guys how to write the tune back to the truck, and we'll save a copy of it as well. Alright, so I already saved a copy of our DOD disable. I just labeled it, mod 1 DOD disable, and now we're going to write it back to the computer. So just like we did with the stock tune, just write, and we'll let it do its thing. Alright, and once it's done writing, this is how it'll look. Green. And then we'll close it. And we can monitor it too with the scanner if we want. And then we'll turn on the truck. It's not going to go into V4 mode and idle, but I don't know, we'll turn it on just to make sure everything still works. Start our scan, and this is where you can see what the truck's actually doing in real time. Like when people data log, this is how they do it. And it'll boot up everything. Probably has a ton of parameters because it's a newer truck. Bam, fired right up. You can see all your RPMs, oil pressure, all that good stuff. Closed loop, fuel trims, all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to take it for a drive right now because I'm in the middle of doing stuff, but yeah, it shouldn't go into V4 mode. It's, commanded not to, so should be good. That's literally how you do it. It's that easy. Just be sure to save a couple backups like I showed you guys to do, and it never hurts to email it to yourself and have extra copies of that stock tune. But yeah, let's get on with it, and we'll do some more mods. Alright y'all, somehow we managed to get the truck all the way in the garage. It barely fits. Super tight. I couldn't even get out until I pulled it all the way in. But she fits, at least enough for me to work on it right now. So it's been exactly 1 week since I bought the truck. Absolutely love it. Been driving it to work every day. So in love with it. Seriously, drives amazing. Yeah, love this thing. As you guys saw, I disabled DOD in that last clip, which was the day after I got it. And like I said, it's been a week now. It's been driving great, doing just fine. Miles per gallon is still pretty much the exact same. I'm getting like 20 on the highway, which is what it was doing on the trip home. And it seems to drive good with V8 in full effect all the time. So everything's good there with the DOD disable. And next we're gonna do a catch can from K&N. I really like this one because it just bolts right up to a factory location. I think it'll look super clean. It's a little pricey, it was $130, and I've ran the cheap ones before. I have a $30 one on the C5 from Amazon, and same with the old Denali. Had the exact same one on that truck, it was like 30 bucks. Did just fine, but this one, you know, I want to make this truck look nice, and I saw that K&N has one that bolts to a factory location right here, and I think it'll look super clean. It comes with nice hardware too, so it should just clip in. You don't need to use any hose clamps or stuff like that, so I'm gonna do that. And if you don't know, catch cans are especially crucial for these engines because they're direct injection and no fuel goes to the piston, so the pistons get super burnt or build up with carbon and all kinds of gunk because there's no gas in there to clean it off, so unlike your traditional fuel injection. So that's why they're especially essential on these GDI engines. I'm still learning about them, but yeah, I've seen that's one of the main things. They're just good to run anyways, no matter what you got, but direct injection, they help even more because there's nothing in there to help clean off that crap. So if you can prevent it from getting in there in the first place, that'll go a long ways. So we're going to do that catch can, and then I'm going to change the oil. It looked a little dirty when I got the truck, so I figured it might as well. And based on the Carfax, it's only been done like every 7,000 miles, which that's probably what they recommend, but I do not like that at all. I personally always do every 3,000 miles, especially with this thing and the lifter issues. Like, I'm gonna keep the engine oil constantly clean, constantly changed, at least every 3,000. I don't like 5,000, I don't like 7,000. I'm gonna do it every 3,000 just for peace of mind, and why not? I mean, it's not that expensive. But I did get 0W20, which is what it calls for from the factory. And, you know, there's a lot of discussions on it, but I've read, you know, that's probably the general consensus while you still have DOD. And I think once I physically delete it with the cam and aftermarket lifters and stuff, I'll probably switch over to 5W30. But I feel like these lifters specifically need the tighter clearance of 0W20, so I'm going to run it. It should be fine. Like I said, I'm going to change it often. It really doesn't matter if you change it often enough. But yeah, 0W20. I think I got Mobile 1 and a Wix filter, but I'll show y'all that. And let's get on with the catch can install. Alright, so I got the fittings threaded on with Teflon tape, and note to self, I guess, put the Teflon tape on counterclockwise. I forgot about that. That way when you install it, it doesn't come off and unravel. So counterclockwise with the Teflon tape, thread it in, and this is how it should sit, and it's nice and tight like this. This kit is super nice too. This catch can feels super good. It's got a nice weight to it. We'll crack it open. You can see it's pretty much a strainer, and there's like some mesh in there and stuff to separate all the nasty stuff, keeping it out of your engine. The hoses are super nice. Like I said, clips right in like factory, which is why I got this kit. It'll look super factory, bolts up to a pretty cool spot. And let's get the old one, or not the old one, there is no one, but let's get the hoses and stuff disconnected from the truck. Alright, we're gonna have to remove the factory air intake to get to the hoses. So to do that, it should be pretty simple, but just got our push tab here, same with the PCV connection that we're going to be taking off. So there's one on each side, and should just push in and slide out, I believe. Push in on the gray. Yep, push in on the gray and push back. And there should be one over here. I have like no room behind me. I got my hood right behind me, so kind of squeezing up in here, but it should be all right. Can't really see what I'm doing though. There's that one. Then we'll just have a hose clamp to loosen up on the throttle body. And then one over here on the MAF. And it should just lift out like so. Bam. There's our intake out of the way, throttle body. And I'll show you guys the hoses we need to remove up here. Alright guys, so we got our intake off. Like I said, you got two of these gray little push connections here. Push in and push it back, they'll come out. And then just two hose clamps, one where the throttle body goes and one connecting the MAF sensor over here. Super easy, slides right out. And that's so we can access this guy up in here. This is the other, hopefully you can see it. Sorry, I know it's dark. This is our other connection we got to take out right here for the PCV. And then it connects to the valve cover somewhere up in here. We'll follow the line. It's going to be hard to show you, but it connects up in here. Just two ends, and we'll be removing that to basically connect the catch can in line of that. Also, is this for a block heater or what? I noticed there's a plug-in over here. If y'all know, let me know. I'm assuming this is a block heater for like winter and stuff. It was an Iowa truck, so I'm guessing it was cold up there, but is that factory? If y'all know, let me know in the comments down below. I got our old PCV hose off, and you can actually see some oil built up in it, and that's what we want to prevent, oil getting through our intake manifold and all that stuff. So I was watching a different video, and theirs ran from here that I showed you up to the valve cover over on this side of the intake, but I don't know if there's a change or because I have the 6.2. Mine goes right here, so we're going to use this hole and then the hole right below it underneath the throttle body to attach our catch can to. So this is the intake side, and that's our, I don't know, our engine side, I guess. But yeah, some of them, just be aware of that. Some route to the side of the intake over here, in between the valve cover, and some route right above. So I'll show y'all where we're gonna put the hoses at. Alright, we've got our beautiful K&N catch can all assembled, got this bracket up, and you want the K&N logo to face you when we install it. So make sure this logo is facing you, that's what the directions say, and just because there's different stuff going on in the inside with baffles and stuff. So K&N logo facing you, and we're going to pop these clips out right here, and it's going to bolt right into this factory location, which is really cool. So Let's get those unclipped. So we got our 2 bolts in at the top. I believe they're an 8 mil, and then we got 2 nuts to go underneath on the bottom, and I think those are a 10 mil. So we'll get that into place, and then we'll get our nuts on. We'll get those tightened down, and then we can get our hoses on and put the intake back on, and that's it. Super easy. Alright, now we'll do the other side if I can reach it. It's a little hard over here, don't have much room. Alright, bolted down, now we'll get our hoses connected. Alright guys, so we're going to take one of our hoses. They look to be the same length, so it shouldn't matter which one you use. And for this right spot here, we're going to hook up to our intake manifold at the top, or if yours is on the side over here, you'll hook it up there, and that's the driver's side. And they literally should just push right in. Yep. Beautiful, just like that. Click right in, just like factory. I love that. That right there is worth the 130 bucks. Looks super clean. Then we'll take our other hose and we'll go to the bottom here, right below our throttle body. Click and click. Bam. Just like that, we're done. We just got to put our intake back together, but that's it for the catch can. Super factory look. I love this thing. Seriously, that was 130 bucks well spent. We'll see how it holds up, but should do a great job at catching our oil and keeping crap out of our intake valves and our pistons. Just like that, everything's back on. Factory intake. Got our factory looking catch can as well. Looks beautiful. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, but this is seriously going to help a ton with our 6.2, keeping it clean. And it looks really good too, in my opinion. Like I said, looks like it came from the factory. Beautiful clip-on connections. Love it. Now we can, we'll get started with our oil change. Alright guys, underneath the truck right now, it's super tight. I didn't jack it up or anything, I just crawled under here. Should have enough room to get everything out, but it's really tight. Can't really show you guys much, but it's just like any other GM truck. 14 mil on your oil drain bolt, and then your oil filter is right next to it. But it's pretty clean under here. There's just surface rust and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Frame solid, just has a little surface rust showing, but it was an Iowa truck. We're going to take care of that though in a future video. But yeah, let's get this oil drained, see how dirty it is. Our drain bolt was literally finger loose. I had my ratchet on it and it just turned loose immediately. No force at all. That's a little scary. It could have backed out even more on my drive home, 3-hour drive home for buying it, and drained all the oil out. So I'm glad I'm doing this. It was super loose, like I said, not even finger tight, it backed right out. So yeah, let's get the oil drained. It's pretty dang dirty, but there's no metal shavings or anything at all on the drain bolt, so that's good. But yeah, oil's pretty dirty. Alright, I got all the oil drained, oil filter off, and man, I got a huge piece of dirt in my eye, freaking, as soon as I got under the truck, and it's just been destroying me for like the last hour. You guys can probably see how freaking irritated my left eye is. I got the piece of dirt out, and I could physically see it. It was a pretty big chunk, but it's still irritating my eye. Just from being in there and stuff, I don't know. I got the piece out though, so hopefully I live, I guess we'll see. Oh my god. Super red. But yeah, Drain bolt back in, tightened up. Oil filter tightened up. I ran the wicks 10 to 5.5. I've always ran wicks. I like wicks filters. Mobil 1 oil, we're running that. Gonna fill it up right now, but besides that, we're pretty much wrapping this up. I believe this truck takes 8 quarts, which is a lot. So I'm gonna grab the funnel, fill this thing up, and check our levels and stuff, and you know, see how it looks from there. Holy crap. Man. Dude, my freaking eye. Alright, I got about 8 quarts in it. We're gonna start it up, let it run for a minute, let it drain, all the oil drain back to the pan for a minute, and then we'll check our levels, and hopefully we're good. Like I said, 8 quarts, Mobil 1, 0W20, and Dexos 1, that's what you want, Gen 3. That's the newest stuff, and should be good to go with that. Yeah, always prime your oil filters, and that's all I got for you. Alright, let's start this thing up and let it run for a minute. Hopefully no leaks. Make sure we got good oil pressure. There we go. 40 PSI, that's solid. Perfect oil pressure. I'm gonna go check for leaks real quick. I don't see anything, should be good. I tightened that bolt up pretty snug, as well as the oil filter, so we'll check our levels here in a minute. Should be good to go. So I added 8.5 quarts exactly, including the oil filter, and our level is perfect now. And real quick, I want to show you guys how to reset our oil change interval here on the dash. Alright, let's see, we'll go into our options here. Good old focus. We're sitting at 58,576 miles. Just scroll down. Remaining oil life, 67%. You want to go over to the right, hit your right button here, and reset. And that should put us to 100. Are you sure you want to reset? Yes. 100, bam. And like I said, I'm gonna change my oil every freaking 3,000 miles, especially with this truck. It's just too cheap not to. You might as well. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for this one, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Just a little preventative maintenance, couple of easy upgrades with the DOD disable and our catch can, which is super nice. I'm excited to see how that thing does. I'll keep you guys updated on that, on how well it works. My eye's still bugging me. I think there's still stuff in there. But yeah, I'm not sure if I told you all, but if you don't have HP tuners like I do, it's a freaking $400 device you gotta buy on top of the credits. You don't have to have that. You can use like those range disablers, and they just plug into your OBD2 port. Does the exact same thing. It just disables DOD, AFM, and it's just a device you plug in. I think some of them are like $50, some of them are like 200. I don't know. I already had HP tuners, so I was like, might as well spend 200, and that way I can, you know, throw in some more fueling, or you know, whatever I want to do with the ECM. I can tune it myself. But yeah, so I disabled DOD that way. You guys don't have to. You can use those range devices. Just, I don't know, check the reviews on them. I'm not very familiar with them, never used them before. Yeah, we did our catch can and oil change. Got some 0W20 in it, fresh oil. So yeah, guys, let me know what else you would like to see on the Denali. Absolutely love this truck. It has been 1 week today. Super simple mods, upgrades, whatever, maintenance, whatever you want to call it. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll leave the stuff linked below. that I got, so you guys can check it out if you want. And appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, leave a comment, and let me know what you want to see next time. Peace.